Gotcha. I am here. Okay. Um, I'm hearing some clicking, but I'm not hearing us. Okay, it's a little bit of a delay, but we're here. We can hear. Okay, good to go. Good to go. Okay, just checking, you guys. Yeah. Right. Woo! Yes, thank you so much, everybody. Well, it's a little early on for me yet, so I'm down to the water, but I'm here. I am ready to rock and roll. Oh, there you go. Hey, it's okay. It's caffeine in a cup. Oh, whole lot. Oh, yeah. Heck, there you go. You too. Mhm. Yeah, just released today, you guys. Just released today. Hot off the press. Go ahead. Okay. Right. Fingers crossed. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Right. Throwing them. 'Em. Mhm. Right. It's okay. Love it. Right. Hey, and you know what? 4th of July, America's birthday is around the corner, and Father's Day. So get those orders in now if you're interested because that is gonna be a really great thing. If you know someone who is subscribed to the channel or just would love some fun merch, I think that is I love that hat so much and it looks really cool. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and order one, Dad. Yeah. Right. We're just here to have a good time, and we want you guys to have a good time. Represent that good time. Right. That'd be great. Oh, yeah. Right. Into the good stuff. No. Mhm. Little more spicy in that part of the world. Right. Authorized. Mhm. No. Sure. No. Peace talks, yeah. Mhm. At best, Yeah, yeah. I'm here. Did you lose me? Uh-oh. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, geez. I can hear you. Oh, boy. Yeah. Uh-oh. Okay. I can hear you. Okay. Oh, geez. Well, hold on. Say something again. Well, hold on. Say something again. Dad, you there? Okay. I can hear you, but YouTube can't. But that's okay. So, we're going to pivot because okay. Um I'll start talking about kind of what we were talking about before we got on live with you guys and started sharing all. You got me back. All right. See, guys, we're on top of. Dad is the win. This is why he deals with this stuff and I don't, because I have no clue. Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, so they say. That was funny. So as far as what we know right now, this like you just said, Dad, the Strait of Hormuz is open. The ceasefire is still standing. And as far as we know from our side, as far as diplomacy, we are still trying to get that deal. We want to work with diplomacy. We don't want to blow anybody out of the water. But like you also said, Dad, if you're going to try to rush the blockade, that's not going to work out so well. So I wouldn't do that anymore. We are working with tankers to get them out of the strait. That's been happening this week. So that's really good news to see. It's going to help a lot of people out that are waiting. Right. It's a small step in the right direction as far as getting towards something where everything's been so blocked up and these people have been stuck in there for weeks. um yeah. Yeah. Right. Hmm. Yeah. Right. Oh, really? Okay. Oh, geez. Oh, okay. Sorry guys if that happened. I hear it on YouTube now. I hear it on YouTube. Oh, I don't hear you.
How about now? How about now?
Hold on. It's a delay. No, still not now. Oh man.
How about now?
Hang on.
Can you hear me at all?
Oh, I got you now.
You got me now?
Yeah.
Okay. We are definitely having some audio issues tonight, folks. No doubt about
I
that.
don't know. We've been bouncing through microphones like Skittles. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's okay, Dad. It's
But
okay.
like I was saying, before I lose y'all again, they have determined that there is not enough nuclear material there for 13 weapons. It's now 200 could have been built.
Oh
And
my
that's something that
God.
just got announced here within the last. I heard of within the last hour. So
Was that confirmed or?
if that is not confirmed by me, and that's one thing we will
Oh,
say here is that we do not don't pass it along unless we know it's a fact. But
right. If
hello,
that's the case, oh my
yeah, here we are.
God.
But that is the story that's coming out right now. So
Dang.
we'll
Yeah, we
see
got
if
to
that
get
is
that
confirmed.
enriched uranium out of there,
Angie, I think
like
I lost your
stat.
audio.
Oh my God, me now? For real? I can hear me on YouTube.
Ange,
I can hear it's on
sorry about that,
YouTube.
folks. We are bouncing back and forth, and it looks like we're having streaming issues right now. Yeah, check your
Hold
end,
on.
Ange. But we are looking at about 200 potential weapons could have been
Hear
formed.
me now? Can you hear me?
So we're going to do a little bit of rigging here on this end. But that's the story we got right now. Sorry about the delay here, folks, but we are definitely falling into... Okay. Yeah, I've lost Angie's audio, that's for sure, and I hope my audio is still out there. Okay, we're good on this end. All right, I'm going to keep trying, Ange, to stand by there, but we're going to move on with keep going with this. Try to disconnect and reconnect and see what happens on your end. It may just be a wiring issue, but we did have the report today that the UK and the French are, of course, sending in their ships to the Gulf to assist with the process of opening and keeping the Gulf open. And a little bit too late, but thanks for coming to the party. But we couldn't get them. Okay, no, nothing yet, Ange.
Oh my God, it's on the thing.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Hold on.
Give me a 10 count.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're coming through the feed. I just can't hear you on this end. You're coming through the feed.
Okay.
I can see it going out, so you are definitely coming through the feed.
Okay.
But
I just was.
go ahead and pick up.
Okay.
I'm going to pull one little thing here, Ange. You pick up the pace here, but
Okay.
where I was leaving off was the ship coming from the UK, and also the carrier group coming in from France, and that's the Charles de Gaulle, I believe, carrier group. So they're going to come in and save the day while we all try to manage the battle that we've already fought. But
Right.
you go ahead, Ange. I'm going to just check one item here while you continue on for me from that point.
Okay. So with that, like Dad was saying, the funniest part is that this entire process from the time that the war started and we, went in, up until this point, pretty much every country in Europe has said, nope, we're not helping. It was a fight with the UK to even land our planes at our military base within that country. That was a big to-do. Fights in Parliament, you name it. They have been against everything from the beginning until it started affecting their pockets. What we've seen over the last couple of weeks is that the desperation or just the increase of awareness as far as the gas prices, utility prices in the UK specifically have come to a fever pitch. People are really upset about it, rightfully so. Their government isn't making any plan of any type of sort to get oil from any other source. It's easy to come to us and say, hey, everything's going on with the Strait of Hormuz right now. We need crude, and you guys have some. Let's strike a deal, have a conversation. None of that happened. They wanted to be anti this and anti that and really anti Trump. So the dominoes fell where they did, and now, like you said, Dad, they're sending in these Carriers. Okay, let's rewind and
Carrier.
recap. Right. For those of you who maybe haven't tuned in for the last couple of episodes, please go back and watch those, by the way. It's a good time. We spoke about this a couple of episodes ago where the UK, after we had already gone in, they sent one of their only carriers to Cyprus to rescue their people and bring them safely home. Okay, well, that didn't work out so great for them because it ended up breaking down and it needed to fix, and the people are still there as far as I know, and nothing has been resolved. But now that their people are screaming about how expensive utility prices are and gas prices, or as they call it, petrol, to get to work, now all of a sudden, Keir Starmer has lit a fire. This one little instance has lit a fire under his behind, and he is off to the races to save the day. Oh, we're going to save America.
It's like Mighty Mouse. Here I come to save the day.
Right. Yeah. We're good. Trump is just letting them do whatever because at this point, they're irrelevant in the situation. They're completely irrelevant. Trump has his sights set on the next big thing, which is what's coming up this week. He is going to China. And I think that's why the UK and France got together. You know, they called each other on their secure line phones from their fancy offices. And they said, well, you know, Orange Man bad is going to meet communist Asian man also bad. And we better get in there and do something, or we're not going to be included when they do whatever plan it is that they're conspiring together with, which I don't really think it's them conspiring together. I think it's Trump going over there to show China, look, it is what it is. Okay, it is what it is. We took out a nuclear threat. You're welcome. Unfortunately, you dealt in business with a terrorist regime, and that's unfortunate for you, but we can fix that. We can get this under control, and you can come out on top from this if we work together and try to figure out a way that we can secure the strait, we can get the crude out, we can get the ships out of there safely that have been stuck in there for a month and a half, and you are going to watch us while we go in and get all this rich uranium, while you get your crude and bring it back to your people, and everybody wins. And France and England can just go back home because they just aren't needed really anymore. I mean, if they want to get oil from China eventually, if that's what ends up happening, then great news.
The United States, we have plenty. We've already told them that.
Right.
I mean, what we don't have, I mean, Venezuela's down there. So, I mean, we got plenty of oil to
make
spare.
Make a call to Trump.
But, I mean, this is a multifaceted, multi-level chess game that the bottom line pieces have been in play for some time. You know, it's just like Angie said, it's kind of funny about how the timing all works out with respect to the China visit, and all of a sudden they're caring enough about their own problems to interject themselves a little bit, and I mean a little bit. You know, we're talking about one. I believe it's a destroyer. You know, the Dragon is a destroyer, and then the one carrier group that's coming through the Suez, or it's worked its way through the Suez now. But you know, it's one thing about the French. You know, it's the old joke about, you know, how do you know the war is over? The French show up, and that's, you know, it's funny, but it's the way it is. I mean,
the facts don't lie.
When things get tough, when you had, and we can talk about. We can talk about Italy. We can talk about the UK. We can talk about France. We can talk about Spain. They're all in the same basket. They were same, to coin a phrase by someone who we loathe, but we don't use his name because we don't want to end up getting, you know, disappearing.
Right.
You don't want to be, Clintoned at all. Oh, did I say that? I'm so sorry.
Right.
I'm not suicidal. I'm not.
Right. Me neither.
Yeah,
no.
No. But, you know, these countries all had their opportunity to step in. We didn't ask them to fight the battles for us. We basically were there to fight the battle, protect ourselves from a nuclear holocaust. Now that we're finding out the potential was they could have made 200 nuclear, they had enough fissionable material for 200. If that comes back to be factual and came from a good source, it actually filtered through the Fox News channel. So, We got to do a little
Okay,
bit.
there could be credibility
We
to
got to
that.
do a little recon on that, but that's I would take that as credible. If that's the case, then you're welcome. But they'll never get thanked. Like Angie said, it's Orange Man bad. It's always going to be Orange Man bad.
Mm-hmm.
We've spent the money. We spent the lives.
Right. We
Civil
lost
service
brave
people.
servicemen and women.
So now you get to come in and say, okay, we're going to when I forget how they termed it, but when necessary, when needed, they would be able to assist in the reopening of the zone and start the ships moving. I don't want to, beat them too bad, but at the end of the day, one destroyer and a single carrier group is not going to do
No.
what even remotely what we did with 3 carrier groups, including the largest carrier on the planet. We were able to accomplish, and there is no Navy to fight for the most part. Like I said, you're talking some fast speedboats with mine laying capabilities and some limited missiles and limited firepower. So now you bring in your big gun, your one big gun that works, and you're going to solve all the problems. So, like you said, Ange, I've got a very good feeling that there's been a lot of backroom negotiations. There's been a lot going on between the administration and the Chinese officials. China gets 80% of their fuel, their oil from the Persian Gulf, from Iran, and they've got the incentive to come in there, work a deal, and if you're going to work a deal, you're not going to work a deal with anybody better than Donald J. Trump. So I think
Right.
a deal has been formulated but not finalized, and that's what next week is all about. So, and Fox will be carrying all that live, so there's going to be a whole lot of coverage about the meetings in China as they proceed. So, it'll be an
Right.
interesting week. But right now, we control the Gulf, we control the movement of ships,
Right.
and we are doing our best. Our Navy is doing its best to move what they can. But it will take Iran coming to the table, and as they've said they will do, open the Gulf up fully, with no terms. I mean, you're not going to get your $1 million a ship. You're not going to get this. You're not going to get
No.
that. You're going to back off. You're going to disarm. You're going to let us in to get those, dig out that plutonium, and make forget this. I heard certain Democrats were talking about a 5-year deal, a 10-year deal. No, the deal is you will never get a nuclear weapon. And how you never get a nuclear weapon is that you get the world able to come in, do inspections. When inspections fail, as they have in the past, that's when the firepower steps in.
Right.
And I can only hope.
There has to be a consequence for
Absolutely.
breaking, what everyone else has come together to set forth and do.
Right.
You're not going to be able to, put a little bow on it and look away for the next 30 years because they have proven time and time again that we cannot take our eye off of them for a second. They are going to, it's just a matter of when are you going to flinch and not be paying attention? And they're waiting for everyone around the world
Right.
to not pay attention,
Well-
to get tired of this war. They're waiting for somebody to flinch. And I'm really proud of our president. That man has not flinched for a second. He has stayed true to his word.
Absolutely.
He has done everything he said he was going to do. And full transparency from the Pentagon. I appreciate that because we haven't gotten that in years past. I think everybody needs to not settle down a little bit, but I would say, yes, it's happening the way that it is supposed to happen. And it's not, Rome wasn't built in a day. This is not going to get solved in 24 hours. This is going to take a lot of effort from around the world, various different countries in the region. We are working with those countries every day. But I do feel like this will come to a close, and it's not going to be a long, drawn out months and months and months. Nobody wants that. And with the midterms coming up, and like you said, Dad, with the China visit coming up, I have a very strong positive feeling that after that meeting, this war is gonna end a lot quicker than everybody expected.
Absolutely. I think we're talking within a few. You're talking about a short-term agreement for a longer-term ceasefire. maybe 2 to 3 weeks, China will step in, and they will be maybe the voice, somewhat, of reason that Iran will look to, because all that oil that is backing up right now, that they're within 2 to 3 weeks of basically having to shut their wells down because they have no storage capacity left on in the country. That can be taken off their hands very quickly just by the Chinese, if and when it becomes the right deal at the right time. And I think that whole ball of wax is rolling now, and I think that's short term coming. So we'll keep looking closely at it. But right now we're waiting on them, and we're kind of in a standby position, controlling the Gulf until such time as that agreement is made. So that's kind of where the situation lies in the Gulf right now. I did want to move over to the recent Supreme Court decision in Virginia.
Oh yeah, go ahead with that.
I mean, that was interesting. As you all know, I know this is the big non-military news of the week, where of course Virginia tried to pull a fast one, and they didn't follow their own rules and redistricting, which would have basically cleaned out all but just a couple of the Republican representatives, if commonly known as gerrymandering. That passed, although it was done against the law, improperly. The public were completely misinformed as to what they were voting for. And it got in the hands of the state Supreme Court, state of Virginia. State Supreme Court said, unconstitutional, and it has since been blown out of the water. So what we got going on right now is redistricting going on. And I where'd it go? I have a video here that you'd be interested in.
It's Redistricting Fever 2026.
It is absolutely redistricting fever.
Everybody's wanting it. It's the new cool thing, you know? like I think a lot of people around the country just figured out what redistricting means this week and what the implications of that are.
I believe
so. If you are just learning about that, kudos to you for doing your homework and delving deeper into the story and not just the headlines of whatever's online or on TV. Congratulations to you. Good job.
This will make this is kind of where it started. Not where it started, but it was the initial threat. And let me play this for you real quick. You've heard this 100 times. Is that audio coming through?
No.
The Florida Republicans are going to find themselves
but I can see it real good.
Situation as Texas Republicans.
Oh, it's coming through.
It's coming. I hear it now.
Right now. And under
okay, it just took a second.
Texas Republicans picking up 5 seats. They'll be fortunate.
There we go.
Yeah, let me back it up so we can actually hear it. There we go.
All right.
Our message to Florida Republicans is F around and find out.
There we go.
If they go down the road of a DeSantis dummy mander, the Florida Republicans are going to find themselves in the same situation as Texas Republicans, who are on the run right now. And under no circumstances are Texas Republicans picking up 5 seats. They'll be fortunate if they get 2 or 3. While in California, we are going to get all 5. The Republicans are dummy mandering their way into the minority before a single vote is cast, because they started this war and we're going to finish it.
All right. Famous last words by somebody who should not use the word dummy in too many sentences. So anyway, we heard that. That goes back about a week or so ago. And, well, since then, a lot has changed. Virginia.
It's
gotten spicy. So since this has been found to be an unconstitutional thing, that which the Democrats tried, the Republicans are enacting. And a lot of redistricting is going on around the country right now. Not making it due to racial issues, which is the reason why the Virginia vote was found to be unconstitutional in the first place, in complete violation of federal law. but
Right.
because of undoing what had been done for years in creating districts that were created solely on the creating the districts that would create the House seat that they wanted.
Right. For those, when segregation was happening and integration was happening into society and all those laws were changing and people needed a area, a space that they were all living in the same communities at that point because people weren't, African American people weren't living with non-African American people at that time when that law was enacted. And it was for a good reason. It got a lot of people informed and out to vote, and that's what the whole purpose of it was. But it's not needed anymore because, as we have proven in this United States of America, by the voting and presidency of Hussein Barack Obama, African American people can vote. They can get into office. They can get into the highest office in the land as president of the United States.
And there are predominantly black districts in this country that are represented
There
by a
are.
white individual, and vice versa. So,
Right, exactly. In Tennessee specifically, that is very
Tennessee.
common in the state.
So it's again thing of the past, and it's now been
Right.
formally addressed that the abuse of that title is not can't do it anymore. So
Nope.
around the country
Not legal.
in various states, and in the last week, state of Florida had completed its redistricting, about as red as it can get. Same can be said now for the state of the volunteer state of Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
Upper Angius. They had a little bit of a scuffy buff up there in the state
Yeah.
house.
It got a little wackadoo in
A
there
little
for.
spicy, yeah.
Ooh,
But
man.
that's they like Jeffrey said, F around and find out. Well, unfortunately, it didn't work out. You guys effed around and found out. This could have been going on quietly around the country. We expected that the gerrymandering that was being done prior to this event taking place was really going to impact the makeup of the House at the midterms because it's so
and
close.
I think that was its whole intent.
Absolutely.
When California brought it up, they were running scared for midterms and wanted to ensure that their state was going to stay blue in all of their representation when they know, and the factual data states, that a lot of the blue districts in and around the state of California within the last presidential election were flipping red. And that's not a good sign when you're looking at midterms and you don't have any good viable candidates. And not only that, but your incumbents are getting voted out in the primary. So the only way to combat that, because we don't have the illegal population anymore coming from across the border to help us out, it's redistricting those maps and rigging them to where it benefits their party. And that's the illegal part. That's what they stopped from happening.
And President Trump has spoke out, and he has asked that a complete census reboot take place, not including this is going to blow some of your minds that haven't heard this, not including non-citizens. Now, one would think that a census would only be those people
American
who legally
citizens.
and lawfully are here and can vote, since this is representation. The argument that Democrats have always made, no, it's bodies on the ground. If you got, a million people in a district that we've created and 3/4 of them are illegal non-citizens, they need representation. Well, they need to be deported is what needs to happen, and that's what's taking place now. So if there is a complete census that takes place not accounting for those people, you're going to see even bigger swings in the House of Representatives. Number I heard, Angie, was just with what's going on right now that took place with California, the lack of ability to do what they wanted to do in Virginia, Tennessee, Florida, Texas, a number of other states. They're talking there could be a swing somewhere in the range of 13 to 15 representatives to our positive. Over the period of time moving forward over the next through 2030, depending on how that all pans out and if there's any more battles about this, they're talking numbers could be as high as 30 to 50 rep swing. which
I believe it.
And I believe that could happen.
Because people around the country right now, and really around the world too, everybody's seeing it. There is a mandate that was given to this president, and they're seeing the results of this mandate in real time. I am so sorry, you guys. I'm trying to have my phone on so I can hear us in the background and keep up with the chat and all the things. People are seeing in real time the results of this administration. And I think a lot of people who might not necessarily love Trump, the administration and Republican Party as a whole is not just Donald Trump, the leader, and everybody else is secondary. And, that's not how that works. It's everybody's on the same team and we all have the same morals and we all want to see the country be the best that it can be. I think a lot of people, in seeing the results from this administration within the first year, are looking and saying, okay, well, within the first year, they said they were going to do this and they did it. And then they said they were going to do this other thing and they did that too. So what has my party done that they said they were going to do and did within the last couple of decades? And they can't answer that question. And I think a lot of people are starting to say, okay, well, maybe we'll keep voting Republican. If we're seeing results, we might keep voting red. And I think a lot of the reason why California is running so scared right now too, Dad, is with this census. If it doesn't include non-citizens like it has in the past, they aren't going to get as much federal funding as they've been getting from the government. And that is bad news for an already depleted budget for California.
Well, you're already talking. They've got a massive budget deficit. Everything what they received, their train alone, I mean, $100 billion, and it's
still not built.
Done a thing. They're spending ungodly amounts of money on a homeless problem that still exists or has even gotten exacerbated. It's gotten worse than what it was. So they're good at spending more and throwing more money at all these programs that never come to fruition, never solve the problems they're trying to solve. And now they're going to be getting less funding on top of that. And the representation is going to be completely turned upside down, which now means they may just have to live within their means. They may have a conservative, they may have a conservative Republican governor at this point, the way things are looking right now. So
I was just about to say, they have their two primary candidates for governor are both Republican. So boy, oh boy.
Yeah. A lot of things are
maybe
gonna
it's high time. I think California could do good right now.
Absolutely.
With a governor who is willing to work with this administration to fix all of these awful issues that have been plaguing the tax-paying citizens of that state. I think it's high time.
Well, and if they don't turn around fast, look at this kind of pirouettes into the next subject matter, but with all of the blue states that are bleeding corporate dollars right now.
Oh yeah, running for the hills.
They're running. The corporate migration is unbelievable, and I've
never seen anything like this.
No, I mean everybody looks at what's going on with Moron Zamboni up there in New York.
Oh boy! I can't. I'll get to him in a minute, you guys, because Lord have mercy.
But it's, I mean, you've got just this week alone what's popped out in the news, and what has come out in the news with corporations that are leaving and people that are leaving because of this billionaire taxes that are popping up all over the country in blue states. I mean, I was just going down a list of just the ones on top of my head earlier that I popped out. And I mean, you're talking about Exxon, 144 years, I believe, in New York. Now, it started moving in 89, but it's now pretty much gone. They're down in Texas.
They put the gas on that for sure to get out as fast as they could.
But you got, Starbucks is leaving Seattle. I mean, Starbucks was founded in Seattle. It provided so many jobs and so much income, so much tax base. And their new mayor up there just shot that one in the foot. Said when she heard they were leaving, she said bye-bye. Well, bye-bye is it.
Okay, see ya.
So you got them. You've got Amazon has just opened up a $2.5 billion center, I believe, here in Florida. You got the oh my goodness, Griffith.
J.P. Morgan is moving people out of New York to Texas.
They got a 30-year deal, I guess, or a 20-year lease on that new building they built in Midtown. but they've swung like 6,000 or 7,000 people so far that are now
Yeah.
in Texas.
Yeah, they relocated them and said, okay, they asked certain departments that they could, not dispose of, but relocate and still work in a functioning way with the company. And these people said, yeah, we'll go. And do you think those people, not only is that 6,000 jobs out of the city, but that's 6,000 incomes flooding into the city in forms of rent, home ownership,
The people that would
everything
eat
you
at the
can think of.
restaurants. It affects
Right.
everybody.
It does.
And
It
that's-
trickles down.
And that leads into the Griffin thing. You know, you saw the Zamboni commercial when he stood out in front of his building and said, "Here's the rich
Oh,
guy.
happy
we are
tax day."
Yeah, happy tax day. We're going to tax the rich." And he went, "Okay, yeah. We're just getting ready to break the ground on a $6 billion skyscraper here in Midtown." Well, guess
No.
what?
It's on hold.
They haven't said no, but it's the language that's coming out of the company is it ain't going to happen. And they're just in the process of finishing up the deal for a $2.5 billion building and addition for the move down to Miami, just south of me. So, I mean, it's not little numbers; it's big numbers.
No.
I just read a little bit ago, Ange. I don't know if you've heard this yet, but New York City,
Yeah.
Amazon Go and Amazon Fresh, they're shutting down every one of them in New York City.
I did see that.
Did you see that?
I saw there was something. Oh man, I can't even remember what it was. Maybe it was on Netflix. I don't know. Something I watched recently, and they did touch on that where it's a safety risk. They're having a lot of safety concerns, and they're also having where they're not allowing them to park in certain places, or like you have to have a certain vehicle, or you can't be on a bike or something. It was like some crazy regulation that they made up that's
Yeah.
making it impossible for these drivers
For
to get
them.
out and do what they need to do.
Amazon deliveries have almost become an impossibility. They went out and just to navigate around New York, it's a motorized three-wheeler bicycle ching chong.
Yeah.
It's a weird-looking contraption, but the electric and designed and built and Amazon purchased just to be able to make deliveries, to be able to do business in New York, and they were
Right.
closed out from using that vehicle. It's anything. It seems like anything that they can do to impact business, they've done it. Now the
Right.
backstory behind this is going back a few years. Amazon was trying to buy its way into New York City. It's a tight grocery market. I mean, we know those of us who lived in the Northeast at one time. You got so many grocers, and it's a hard market to come in. They ended up buying was a Whole Foods.
Yeah.
And that gave them the in for the Amazon Fresh, Amazon Go. That's where that whole thing started. They invested initially, it was like $13.6 or $13.9 billion. So that money just got flushed down the toilet, plus all the costs associated over the years to rebrand and rename and get these buildings, get vehicles
Permits
and
and-
all that. And New York just threw it out the window. Yet New York can turn around, and Zamboni can... He's going full speed ahead. $30 million plan when the city is broke. $30 million plan to provide free grocery stores in the city,
Right.
which we all know is going to fail. It's you don't free.
They're not going to be able to supply by the time that opens. By the time that first store opens, I think what is it, next summer? He said it's going to be the soft opening or whatever the hell he's saying. By the time that happens, okay, think a year ahead from now. Okay, it's this bad already with him. He's at a 43% approval rating, which is down double digits since he was inaugurated as mayor. In another year, one, are they going to have enough left in that city to even justify stocking something like that?
Well-
When a lot of people at that point won't have jobs, food is going to be harder and harder to come by. There's going to be a lot of unrest, and you're making homelessness, which once was like the big no-no in New York. I mean, you couldn't be on certain streets, you couldn't be in front of certain buildings. Now that doesn't exist anymore. He did away with that. So you're going to have to battle homelessness. More businesses are going to leave because of that, because it's only going to get worse.
Right.
And in a year, you're going to open a free grocery store to what I assume in certain boroughs, I can't speak for every borough, but certain areas of the city are going to be beyond desperate if there's anybody left. And these people don't care. They are going to rush the store and steal everything out of it, and it's going to flop.
Yeah. I'm going to keep talking, Ange. I just have to do something real quick.
Okay.
There we go.
So, I think looking at New York, it's, they wanted the experiment. They said they were, everybody was all about socialism, and socialism looks really great, and we're going to try it, and everybody voted, and he swindled everyone. And it upsets me coming from upstate and seeing the history of that city being destroyed every day just hurts my soul. Because I feel like you're watching from the sidelines as, your favorite place that you ever visited in the whole world just burned up in flames. I mean, that's literally the only way I can describe it. It's very upsetting. But unfortunately, with New Yorkers are very stubborn people.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Very stubborn. This isn't going to hit a fever pitch until something catastrophic happens. And I don't know, I can't say what that might be, whether it's job loss, homelessness out of control, drugs, who knows? It could be a cluster of a bunch of different of those things. But New Yorkers will not wake up and see the light until it gets so bad for them that they are forced with either leaving the state and everything they've ever known, or not having a job, not having the lights on, not having your basic amenities. Your kids aren't safe at school. The subways aren't safe. They haven't been safe for a while. And it's just going to get worse until New Yorkers as a whole stand up and say, okay, enough is enough. We're done.
Yep.
This is enough. And that's unfortunate, but that's just the way New Yorkers are.
Yeah.
They're very, very, very stubborn voters.
Our audio's still up, Ange. I just got to fix something on the stream here.
Okay, you're good. But I did want to kind of lead into what's also kind of piggyback. It's kind of the same thing about what's going on in New York with what's going on in California right now. I know a lot of people have been tuning into the various reports about the mayoral election for LA. And I just wanted to touch on that a little bit because it kind of goes back to what we've been telling everybody in our videos for the longest time. And so to start that off, Spencer Pratt, who was on the Hills in the early 2000s and had his home, his parents' home, and several of his family members' homes burned to the ground in the Palisades fire, which happened not too long ago, as everybody can remember. And that was absolutely catastrophic. People died. People lost everything. People lost their pets. Animals died on ranches. It was pretty bad. He is running for mayor. And I never thought I'd see the day, but it's California. We've had actors as governors. We've had a bunch of, different things that we never thought we'd see in California, but anything's possible in America. And if you can dream it, you can live it. So he's out there and he is fighting the good fight against Karen. I don't know. I just call her a Karen. I think it's Karen Bass.
Yeah, it is.
She's the mayor currently right now. She's been the mayor for 4 years. It has leaked out to the public and been confirmed that the Palisades fire was basically a setup. They did things on purpose leading up to the fire to ensure that the area in which that they had already previously discussed be burned was burned to the ground. And there was not enough water. All these things happened. Well, this man is up on there on the debate stage with these two women that he's running against for mayor. And throwing so many facts, so poised, so just political in an arena that he's not had to be in his entire life. And I could not be more proud. Whether he ends up, he's not talking about Trump. He's not talking about MAGA. He's not talking about Charlie Kirk. He's not talking about the drama in the White House. He is specifically laser focused on making his home great again. He wants everybody in LA to have a better life. And if you are that passionate about that, kudos to you. And I'm so proud of him for getting out there and doing something about it. Even if he doesn't win,
Sorry
he
about
fought
that,
the good
guys.
fight. But I don't know. A lot of people are standing behind this man right now, and he's gaining a lot of attention online. So look forward to that. But how that loops in is we've been telling everybody, one vote isn't just one vote. And you standing up and speaking for your passion and how you feel, it matters when it comes to politics.
Absolutely.
And you going to the polls and you showing up at the rallies and supporting your candidate, whether that's a Democrat or a Republican, we want you guys to get out there and make your voices heard. So that's kind of what, he's an average guy. I mean, he was a semi-reality celebrity and, he's made millions, but he's still a human being with morals and values and a family. And I think any of us in that situation would have wanted or would have done what he's doing right now. So, you can make a difference is what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely.
You can get out there and make something happen. So don't think that none of this matters to you, because it does. Get out there and vote for the midterms.
And that's something coming up, for the midterms. That's one of the biggest concerns that the party has. I think with everything that's going on, there's only one thing that, the big thing is gas prices. That's got a lot of people upset, including us. You got to get to work. You got to get around. It's tough, but we also know that it's a sacrifice. Those of us that understand know it's a sacrifice you have to make, considering what the alternative is with respect to Iran. And this is just, unfortunately, It's a very expensive byproduct of trying to right the ship and keep us all around, period. So that's the one thing. But at the end of the day, with everything that's happened with the gerrymandering case, the Supreme Court rulings and all that, allowing the states to now do what is correct and not what is really reverse racism, what was after it served its purpose, as Angie said earlier. Once we get past that issue, and this is going to, and as again what Angie said earlier, once the strait gets reopened, once things start flowing, I think it's going to be a trilateral deal. It's going to be us. It's going to be China. It's going to be the EU. Everybody's going to get together, have to play nice, get the thing opened up, clean up what's left of Iran. The strait opens up. Fuel prices will follow within a few weeks of oil prices coming down, which they have been fluctuating up just above and below $100 a barrel. And when that happens, we're past that issue. But everyone has to remember what they stand for and vote. The voter turnout is going to be the issue in the midterms. It's not going to be, and I'm trying to pick the words carefully, but the amount of crazy on the left right now and what's coming out of the AOCs and the Jeffries, it's a daily spewing of hate and stupidity. Mm-hmm. And we all can see through it, and everybody's concerned about it, and everybody knows what's right and what's wrong. It's a matter of getting out and voting to make sure everything falls in place. Because as we have heard from the party and from the media, if by some strange, hellish event the Democrats take back the House, it's just going to be... It's going to be hell. It's going to be hell, and nothing will get accomplished. It'll just be subpoena after subpoena. The president will be impeached. That's what's going to play out for the next for the 2 years, just until he is done with his time in office. So we'll start early. It's only May, but we'll start early and say, get with your friends and get everybody out there. This midterm is one of the most, if not the most important midterm coming up. And it's important because of the result. It's important because where we are in the world right now and what's going on in the world and the responsibility that we have, that we cannot have in control, socialists in control of what happens here.
Right.
And the tools are in place, and the courts are making the right decisions, so we can get this accomplished and keep this. Keep the world, keep the country on an even keel. But you got to start early, folks. Talk to your people, talk to your friends, tell everybody. Treat this like it's a presidential election. This is a Trump vote. it matters more than you'll ever know, and we'll try to inform you with the information as we get closer to it. But y'all need to just, it's a little early for it, but pay attention now.
Right. Start paying attention to your primaries. Start paying attention to your candidates, however many there might be at this point, because some states, it's a little bit of a list. Start looking into what they're speaking about, what they believe in, and pick your favorite and go with that. And make sure, if you're not registered to vote, that you start making a plan. You've got plenty of time now. Make a plan. Get in there and do it. If somebody has been getting more interested in politics, paying more attention to what's going on, not just in America, but geopolitically, and, maybe bring that up to them. No pressure. Just, hey, I know you've been getting into this. Maybe you should start figuring out we'll get you down there. We'll register you to vote. Make a plan, because it's just like you said, that it's just like the presidential election. You don't want to wait until the last minute to figure out what you're going to do. Because by then, kids are in school, people are working, the holidays are coming up. It's going to be a crazy time. And the left is praying that you are going to get sidetracked, distracted, and confused.
Yeah.
And that's what they want. So we are here. We're going to keep you guys, like you said, Dad, as informed as we can. There's a lot of different things going on around the country as far as the midterms go, but we'll try to fill you in as much as we can. And
it's a lot to unpack, and we know, just in a matter of an hour and a half that we spend here every week, we try to unpack a lot in a short period of time. We've mushed together geopolitics with local politics, with just about everything under the sun. Trying to jam as much as we can in, but as we get closer to the election, it's going to be it's going to be the overriding importance. We can't fall asleep. They're hoping that the people just fall asleep and say, it's just another midterm. Yeah. I'm going to go get a cup of coffee and we'll go out to dinner tonight and just skip the voting. Let somebody else worry about it. Well, this is not the year to let somebody else worry about it. So we got a little bit more.
Your vote counts.
We got a little bit more into that than we probably needed to be, but it is important.
It is.
But and if you don't want to find yourself in a position like California, Washington State, Illinois, Jersey,
Seattle,
just you don't want to be in that situation.
Anybody.
Well, you decide with your vote. That's what you do. And there's a lot of these. You're going to hear more about this. I think I really do believe, Ange, there's going to be a lot of states and cities asking for bailouts, looking for bailouts, and I don't think they're going to get them.
I don't think they are either. I think the days of the desperation calls for help have dried up and run dry because
we'll
see.
Orange man, bad orange man, no money, no check. Close the checkbook.
So, whoops, sorry. Orange man doesn't know how to use a checkbook anymore.
Nope. Sorry about that. But anyway, with that being said, like I said, the big overriding thing, we're going to keep a close eye on. There's a lot of news going on with the Gulf. We're going to be following closely. We'll give you an update, possibly an update midweek, depending on what happens on the China visit. We're going to be
Make
all
sure you're
over that.
staying tuned to the China visit if you can.
Going to be a lot of coverage. We'll try to maybe do a midweek if we can, if it's depending on how that comes out. I believe the visit starts around the 13th, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. So, and that is a Wednesday.
Yeah, so we'll be on top of that, and do expect some big things to come out of these meetings. It might not be a barn burner out the front, but there's some stuff going on, I think, back room that's going to be surprising a lot of people. It might just put the EU back a couple steps, and who knows, maybe the French guys can figure out how to put their pants on one leg at a time again. I don't know. Those guys, I'm telling you, the French and the Spanish, man, I'm telling you what.
I don't know.
I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what they were thinking.
But, I don't know.
But anyway,
I think we've been asking ourselves that for a long time, but I digress.
Well, and one thing I did want to touch on tonight was the NATO situation. We'll get that maybe later in the week. We'll step into it a little. But a lot going on with NATO, and it really this just piggybacks on top of what's going on over the EU, what's going on because of what the war in the Gulf. It all interchanges, but there's a whole lot of action going on politically, geopolitically over the EU with respect to will there be a NATO? What will there be in NATO? What will NATO have left in it after we do whatever it is we're going to do? There's a whole conversation of that. And I think what we need to do is probably just separate that into, depending on how things go over the next couple of days, maybe into another episode. So we'll talk more about that. But keep your eyes out for where we are with NATO moving forward. I know we're going to be pulling potentially about 20,000 troops out of the EU just in between Germany and Italy.
Yeah.
Just for starters.
It's not looking good over there.
So yeah, there's talk about stepping in it, but we'll touch more on that probably more heavily if we do another episode later in the week or on our next show.
Yeah.
But I think we've unpacked a lot, and like I say, guys, leave us comments. Stop out at the shop, at the store if you feel so inclined. Pick up a little something to keep the lights turned on. That's all it's all about, keeping lights and bandwidth going.
Right.
But we appreciate you guys coming out. Sorry for the little issues with the equipment. We're getting closer and closer to this new studio equipment actually working through an entire hour.
It's
this
has been pretty good.
Yeah, it's getting better. It's getting better every time. It's just one thing I've learned is that, like I said, when you start dealing with a whole lot of wireless connectivity, my old equipment was a lot of hardwired stuff, and that always worked the way I told it to. So we're going to be reversing back into that. But we appreciate your patience as we lose contact with each other. Hopefully that'll be the last time now that I've figured out that issue. But appreciate you coming out. And, again, comments, follow us. If guys, you're watching us out on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, ring the bells. Do all that cool YouTube and X stuff. It all helps.
All the buttons.
Hit them buttons. We'd love to have a bigger crowd, and we are seeing a slightly bigger crowd every week. We just want to see it. We want to see such big numbers we don't know what to do with it.
Right. Bring them on in.
I want to get stage fright. I guess I don't think I could do that.
I've gotten that before, but this is pretty fun. I enjoy this. I
don't think I'm going to get never.
Come on in.
We have too much fun. Anyway, guys, thanks again, and we will be calling it a night. And you have a great Saturday evening. Please come back next week or midweek if we get.
Ring that bell so you get the notification that we're going live.
Yep, you ring the bell, you'll know we're coming on or we've gone live, and that means that there's a lot of news coming out of China potentially. So
stay tuned.
We'll stay tuned. That's it. All right, guys. Have a good evening. Thanks again.
Bye, guys.
God bless America.
God bless America.
And we will go to that button right there. Right there. All righty.
Yeehaw.
Good night, folks.